tries to walk away, and he just fucking yanked that bitch back.
Really?
Yeah, dude. They were kind of manhandling her, and they were like, nope, you're not going anywhere. If you keep giving us this attitude, you're going to spend the night in jail. Take 2.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Scheuneman Show to bring to you the people, the lovers, the viewers, and all
The
in
NASCAR
between.
drivers. Oh, we hear Bob.
I hope that noise isn't leaking through.
No.
But yes, the NASCAR drivers,
Race car drivers.
the smartest of the sports fans. Well, I'd like to just get in front of it and apologize. No, I shouldn't apologize. You guys don't know, but this was going to be a pretty big episode, and we ended up pushing it back until probably next week. We have some very special episodes that are planned for you people. You people. But that didn't happen today because Colin's dying and other things. But yeah, Marquise, you know how special today was going to be, correct?
Yeah, today was going to be very special.
But yeah, next week we'll probably do that. And that's got me thinking. Like, we have some big episodes planned for the future. Pretty soon when this mystery collection comes out, and we can announce that. As soon as we announce that, we're gonna fucking go crazy for you guys. Bleep that F word, because I think maybe we should not say the F word in the first 10 minutes. I think that's like a YouTube rule or something. But
I don't know.
it's got to be fun for you having the power of a producer to just fucking do wizardry and bleep people and put pictures and shit and the shit.
Yeah, I guess I kind of like make it my own way.
Yeah. You make it our way.
Nah, bitch, it's on me. No, just
wow. See, this is really showing of the kind of person that you are. And
I'm just playing.
You know what? I wanted to do a little act out for a second. Not to hurt your feelings or anything. But
bitch. You always hurt my feelings. So this shows the person you really are.
It's a little late as we're recording this now, and I believe that you said you'd be here at like 6 or 6:30.
Yeah, and what time I get here? 7.
It's like 7
like
o'clock.
you'd be here at like 12.
But do you want to see my impersonation of you getting ready or you leaving to go somewhere?
I guess.
I'll take that as a yes.
I mean, you can. But I also went to work and came home at like 5:30.
Whatever. This is you when you're going.
Unlike you'd be just driving around for 4 fucking hours.
You don't have any respect for what I do in my time. But this is you. Every time I see you go to leave the house, this is what you do. You're like, all right, I'm ready. Let's go. All right, are you ready? Let's go.
How is that, though? I don't say I'm ready or let's go. I just said I was getting ready.
Oh, shit, I got to get my guinea pig.
Julian would be like, hey, I'm on the way. Hey, I'll be there in 5 minutes. And it would be 30 minutes. And this is what Julian will be doing.
Oh, shit, wait, I forgot my vape. All right, let's go. Listen, I think it's funny. Every time I'm at your house, and we're like trying to go somewhere, you'll be like, "All right, let's go."
The thing is, too, is I texted
your room.
The thing Julian would never do. I actually did, and I texted him at like 2 o'clock. Hey, I might actually be there at 7:30.
I've been sitting here for the past 2 hours.
All right.
We're like a married couple.
I literally texted you. Said, "Hey, I'm not getting off till 6." This is what happened.
6:30.
I was supposed to get off at 4 o'clock today. My manager, who was sick for the past couple of days, finally came to work today. So he's feeling better, and he's like, "Hey, can you stay till 6?" Actually, I'm like, "Okay, cool, that's fine." So I'm thinking I work till 6. I'm doing my shift, and like lunchtime comes, which is around like 1 o'clock, and I get an hour break. So I text
7:45.
I text Julian. I'm like, hey, I might not make it till
6 or
7:30.
No.
Pull up the messages.
Bro, you said,
Pull-
by the way, I'm not even upset.
No,
but
look.
I just think
Pull up
you
the
said,
message.
never mind, they let me off. Like 5.
Never mind. Look. I'm telling a story. Look. So
Originally, you said I won't be free until 7:30.
Okay, so 7:30, and then
6:30 to 7.
And then it comes. What is it? I got off at like 4:45, 5 o'clock. I was getting off around that time, and I text Join. I'm like, hey, actually, 6:30. Well, it could be the plan. Before this, all this though, we had a plan to be here at 5:30, and so I'm like 6:30. I get time because I work at a car shop. I actually got to be out on the cars today and everything, so I was working on cars all day, dirty. My
Did you learn
face
anything?
all. What you mean? I learned hella shit today. You want me to tell you what I have to do on a
I want to learn. I want to
I have to
learn
say
what
so
you learned.
many commands, dude, and I did everything like a normal, but
You did
so I was dirty and stuff like that. And so I go home, and like when you get home, you got stuff you got to do because you've been at work. So I had to feed my cat and my animals. I had to throw clothes in for my work clothes in. I got to do all this. Clean up a little bit because I haven't been home for the past 3 days working to clean up. I mean, I've been home.
You haven't been home for the past 3 days, my ass.
I've been home, but like I haven't had time to fucking do anything, and
I don't.
So,
I'm not even upset about it. I just
7 o'clock, 30 minutes later, and I'm late.
I just
And
think
then
it's
it's like-
funny because usually when we're going to go somewhere and you're at your house, you like have to go upstairs and then in the basement and then in the living room and then you got to go upstairs again and then you go back.
Yeah,
into
do
the
my
basement.
daily activities, and then I
But
gotta
it's like the
fucking.
last 5 minutes that we're about to leave, and then you're like making laps around your house, and I've just always been curious about it.
Because I forget my wallet, my vape.
So you're forgetful. See,
Yeah.
I want the courts to hear that he's admitting and he's putting in a guilty plea.
But you're talking about
To be
5 minutes when we leave.
Forgetful. All right, fuck it. We got bigger things to talk about.
You can't. There's just no way you'd be on me with your 4 hours over my 30 minutes.
I've been here. I've been here. At the
You could be here
studio.
for 3 hours and I'd still beat you.
See, it's terrible arguing with a fucking insane person. But speaking of insane people,
Insane.
did you hear, by the way, last week I had a lot of fun playing our game. And I don't know if many people have done that before. Maybe it's a thing, maybe it's not, but I just randomly thought of it. I didn't base it off of anything I've seen on YouTube or anything, but like
Yeah.
the world and the headlines that we get have become so fucking crazy that it's like unbelievable.
So
So
got another game.
well, I don't think I'm gonna play the game today because I don't have backup fakes, and we gotta switch it up here and there. But we're definitely gonna play that game again. For those who didn't watch, for those of you who are the fake lovers, the fake fans, last week we had Kells from VBM on, and I told Marquise and Kells headlines, and they had to decide if the shit was real or if it was fake, because you start seeing these headlines that are real, and you're like, bro, what is going on in the world? Like, shit has been getting so crazy. And I thought it would be funny because I could just make up headlines and then filter in some real ones, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference because it's just insane out here.
Yeah.
So the reason I bring that up is because, as we typically do on the show sometimes, I've got some random news / headline / stuff that I've heard about to talk to you about and to talk to the people about. And the first one I want to talk about, because it's just so batshit insane, is, did you hear about what Kanye recently did? I'd be amazed if you haven't heard about it at least a little bit.
Dude, there's actually a lot of stuff going on with Kanye. So it is. I mean, to be down.
Out of
But recently, I don't. I'm sorry. Keep going.
No. You were talking first. What?
But recently, no, I haven't. Let me. I'm gonna think. So go ahead. I'm gonna think about.
Well,
Because I want to get this.
I'm gonna say this out of love, But Kanye,
I know they got divorced recently. They did the divorce papers
it was a
and
minute ago. But I mean, they settled the divorce.
settled it. That's what, yeah. And then like the child support and all that has came.
Yeah, bro. I
You
don't
know he has to pay like 2.7 million a
No, it's
year. Or
well, that might be right, but I know it's like 250,000 a
a
month,
month. Yeah.
which is insane. Like, how come since these once these people get rich, their child support payments just magically become insanely large? Like, why does she need $250,000 a month to raise these kids? Like, that's gotta be.
I was looking at comments on it, and I mean, like, there was, here and there things, but like one that stood out was like he was talking to this other guy. I think I didn't see this guy's comment fully, but I think the guy like mentioned something on like, oh, it's kind of fucked up. Like Kanye shouldn't have to pay anything or something like that. And dude put, well, just because or I mean, he's got to pay something, like he's rich or something. He just brought up the fact that he's rich. Just because he's rich doesn't mean
Why does it
he
have
doesn't
to
have
be
to not
so
pay
much
anything.
more than all these other than a regular person pays for their kid?
Like that's what I'm saying. I don't get that. Like, I mean, either way, even if you're rich or broke, you're still trying to like not pay as much as people are making you pay.
Bro,
Like
what do you need $250,000 for a kid? Like maybe it's like the nanny stuff because they're always moving around and working, or maybe it's because they think that if you change their lifestyle and what they can afford, then it'll fuck with the kid. But $250,000 a month is
it's
like
just based off of what he
insane.
makes, right?
Maybe, but it's like these like I don't know if it's just girls or if guys do it too, but when it comes to shit like that, it's like they try and suck all of the money out of a person. Like as soon as
That'll
they're
make
broken
someone
up,
go
they're
crazy,
just like, I want
bro.
all your money. Give me all your money. I'm entitled to it. I need it. Like, dude, not to like she makes her own money on her own. So why do you have to be like,
Even
oh,
then,
we
though, when
need
they're together,
$200,000?
even when like a couple's together, the man, you rely on the man more so. Should be 50-50, but more so the man is more relied on. And it just fucked that when the women decides to not, or when they both break up. Because,
I
or
mean,
even
Kim
so, more so when
Kardashian
the.
is already rich though. Like,
In
why
that
is
case, whenever she decided she didn't want to be with him anymore, and now she's getting all that, like.
I would pay to hear a song with Kim Kardashian and Kanye West talking about their divorce.
Honestly, why isn't it set? I know this might sound stupid, but why isn't it set if the person who breaks up the family has to pay the child support?
Like whoever decided to
That
break
does,
up,
yeah.
like they have to.
Because you can honestly, if you were real about it, you guys would come to an agreement and just act together to help each other out, like to just live on and do it for the kids and not stress that he has to pay $250,000, a fucking month. And
Well, it's pretty stupid because if people could just trust each other and there weren't shitty people out there, then you could just agree to like co-parent the
that's
kid.
what I'm saying.
And then like if it makes sense for you to pay for something, you'll pay for it. If it makes sense for the other person to pay for something, they'll pay for it. But like if people were able to just be reasonable and work together after a split up or a breakup, then you wouldn't have to be like, oh, every month I need $250,000, and if you don't do that, then you're going to jail. Like,
Yeah.
it's just
That's
stupid.
the fuck part about it, too, is you can't see your kids ever again if you don't do it.
Yeah,
Basically.
and that's, dude, I get so fucking crazy when I start hearing about a wife like breaks up with her husband, and then she's like, "You're never gonna see your kids
Nah,
again."
dude, that's
Especially when the
evil.
dad, excuse me, when the dad doesn't do anything like bad or crazy around the kids or with the kids or to the kids, and you're just like threatening to take the kids out of their life, like that's the most fucked up shit that you could really ever do. And it's like
yeah.
some, not to like, I'm not trying to lump people together, but some girls will just like they'll get in a breakup and then their friends are just in their ears like, you need to fuck him over.
Yeah,
You
big
need to
time.
take all of his money. But we're getting a little off track.
he did
Because the shit I'm about to say is about to make Kanye look like a fucking bad nutso.
Uh-oh.
I'm so shocked you didn't hear about this. He recently went on a pretty much a podcast. It's called InfoWars with Alex Jones. I'm sure you know about Alex Jones and all his craziness.
Yeah.
He went on there and he literally said, well, I'll say the headline to get the reaction and then I'll explain it more. But Kanye West went and said that Hitler is like a good person. Not a good. He was like, I like Hitler.
Why?
Just let that sink in. Kanye West went on a
before
public
that, he was
platform.
hating on the Jews.
Yeah, he was being anti-Semitic, and some people were like, well, like you try and justify it. Like he's not saying that all Jews are bad. He's just saying that the Jews in his life have done bad things to him. Like people are trying to make excuses for him.
Yeah.
And then he comes out on a podcast and just starts talking about how Hitler's a good person. And it's like fucking insane, dude.
Wasn't it good?
He was like I'm tired of being told what I can say and what I can't say. So I'm going to acknowledge that Hitler did things that helped the world. Everybody has something that helps the world, even Hitler. And then he said something, I forget the exact words, but he said something like, I like Hitler, or Hitler was a good person. It's like, dude, you're fucking going crazy. Like somebody needs.
He is though, bro.
It'd be making me mad because it's like.
It sucks though, because how bad is it gonna get?
Yeah, it says Kanye West admits he likes Hitler. I like Hitler, Ye said during the interview. Like, bro, I just can't stand that he thinks he can do no wrong and he's just a fucking genius. And if you tell him anything he says is like fucked up or wrong, he's just like, oh, well, I'm freedom of speech. I can say whatever I want to say. And the other crazy thing is
he didn't get a point out saying it like that though. Like
he tries to make these points.
Yeah.
But he goes so far and like starts saying stuff that sounds crazy.
Will
to
destroy
most
him.
people. But then you have to like make the connections for him because he's not going to explain himself.
Not
you
destroy him, but put a lot on him.
No, dude, that would
like.
You don't say you fucking like Hitler. That's
well, I don't mean to use the term destroy, but like his career and like everything he's worked for and all this work, work, all this time he's put in, he's just letting it crumble right now because of some little. I mean. It's not little.
No, I mean you're right. He's letting.
It's more so because of Kim. I mean, like in the end of it, I mean he lost that and he changed.
It's because of a lot of things, but it's mainly because of his fucking mental disorder that he doesn't want to acknowledge and the other people don't want to acknowledge.
Well, yeah.
Like he's literally manic.
What I'm saying, yeah, with
and
that,
he won't take the meds.
Kim leaving just bursted it. Like it just let it loose. Is what I'm getting. Like
it's a combination of things. Like Kim helped him be grounded and probably kept him in check, not saying crazy shit. Or probably telling him, hey, maybe you should take your medicine so you don't start saying crazy shit.
And also him not having his kids, and then all the
and losing his mom and
his mom and
his business falling apart.
Yeah, all that. The business and all that was going good until later on, and
he stops taking his medicine and starts.
That's what I'm saying. It's more and
shit.
more. So it's gonna be bad. Like it just sucks because how far is it gonna go? How much is he gonna keep doing to himself? That's just gonna keep hurting him till he realizes, until he's like.
I don't think he'll ever truly realize it because I think he still thinks that like the people are trying to like keep him down and they're trying to make him out to look like a bad person, but like he's making his own self look like a bad person.
Yeah.
Like, because what he'll do is he tries to make these points. And then the way he makes the point is by saying some crazy shit that like only makes sense in the metaphor he's trying to make. Yeah. So he's trying to say when he says he likes Hitler, he's not. I mean, maybe he really does like Hitler, but that's a crazy thing to say. But what he is trying to say, or the underlying
That was
That was
creepy.
creepy. The underlying meaning of it is he's trying to say, like, people will try and, like, make certain people out to look like they're nothing or they're only bad, but nobody is 100% bad.
I mean, he's got to know everybody's watching him and shit. Super, like, especially right now because of the things he's doing and everything. So, I mean, he's.
Which makes you think, like, is he saying these crazy things because he knows how much attention it's
Yeah.
going to bring towards him? But, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, of course I don't agree with him, but I'm trying to explain it. Like, he'll say these crazy things, and then there's, like, a different meaning behind it that he doesn't really explain. And who knows if he even is thinking this, but it seems like he's trying to say something that he's not saying. So, like, with Hitler, he's trying to say, oh, I like him because everybody has some value that they bring to the world. And he's using, like, the worst example of Hitler to be like, well, I don't know the things that Hitler supposedly invented or whatever, but he was pretty much trying to say that Hitler invented microphones, which I don't know if that's true. I don't think it's true. He was trying to say, like, Hitler invented highways or something. And he's trying to be like, oh, well, this terrible person, even he has some value that was brought to the world. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. Fuck Hitler. But he doesn't, like, explain that. So he's just saying these crazy things and making these super fast connections that nobody else is going to hear. And then the news sites pick it up and they're like, oh, this dude is actually fucking insane. But he thinks he's trying to make a bigger point.
Yeah.
Like, he said some shit about, oh, slavery is a choice. Like, a few years ago at TMZ headquarters, he was having, like, some sort of interview, and he said something like slavery was a choice. We chose to be slaves for 400 years or something, and that was, like, the same way. Like, people freaked out that he was saying that, and then people have to, like, look deep into what he was saying to be like, oh, well, he was trying to make this metaphor and he thinks that people could have rose up and they have the power to rise up. But, like, your fucking metaphor doesn't mean shit if you're saying something that's insane to make the point.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. And I try to be patient with it because it's like,
Well, that's
we
the
all
thing,
know
though.
he's
Like,
manic, but he thinks that everything he says is, like, perfect, and he'll never admit when he fucks up. So it just starts to piss me off when he's, like, out here saying Hitler is a good person. Like, dude, you're nuts. Like, imagine the crazy fans that he has that are gonna hear that and be like, I think Hitler's a good person too. Fuck yeah, Kanye. Like, sometimes I think he's just dumb. Like,
I just think he lost it. Like,
yeah,
he had everything going the way he wanted it, and now he lost it. And
I hate the arrogance, and I don't understand how you could possibly be so arrogant while you're falling apart publicly. But
that's the thing, dude. Like, this is gonna be so much on you, and for the rest of your life, man. Like, just stop while you can, dude. You can't just live your life, man. I mean, that's all you.
Do you think he'll ever be able to bounce back from all this shit? Like, he's done some crazy things and then bounced back, but, like, this.
Well, everybody.
Like,
that's
really
the thing
bad.
too, because I mean, no disrespect or anything, or not. This is not even no disrespect or anything, but, like, I never really got into Kanye. You know, I never really listened to him. I mean, like, I like a couple songs and stuff like that, but he was never, like, one of those top 10 artists or anything.
He wasn't
like
your
that.
favorite.
But, like, hella people always thought, like people around me have always been like, Kanye is a god figure, you know, type that. Like, Kanye is the best at rapping. Kanye is this, you know. Kanye made shoot like easy, you know.
Kanye
like,
sucks at rapping.
But I've never, I don't know, just like, I never felt that way. Kanye is just another rapper out there that just, like, you know,
He's never been like one of my favorite artists to listen to, but I've always like respected what he brought
I
to the
always respect the
culture.
come up and all that for sure.
Well, he changed a lot about like music as a whole, like the things he did in production. The thing about Kanye is like he had a time when I think he was pretty good at rapping and he made good songs, but like he's not lately. It's painfully obvious that he's not that good of a rapper. He's just a really good producer. And I used to when I was growing up, I didn't know about all of his like history, so I used to think he was just a rapper that like kind of made his own beats, but if you listen to some of his newer stuff, it's like some of his lyrics are kind of like they don't make a whole lot of sense. It just he doesn't flow that well in my opinion. But I bring that up because it's just too crazy to not bring it up that fucking Kanye literally said he likes Hitler. But also like it's perfect timing because last week the whole reason I wanted to do that game, well, it was fun, but the whole reason I was able to do that game is because we hear about so much crazy shit going on that it's like it's hard to imagine. Like when you hear another crazy thing after you've been hearing crazy shit for the past 5 years, then you're not going to be like, oh yeah, well that's probably not true because that sounds completely insane.
Yeah.
But so much insanity is happening that insanity is totally believable now. We live in a world where crazy shit can happen at any time and we'll just totally like accept it and not be surprised by it. So it's
I mean, you gotta think like half the shit we don't even see like on our daily news because our news is like mainly in our area unless it's something big fucking happening. Imagine if we saw like worldwide news on the daily like of all the shit going on.
Depending on how you get your news, you kind of do. Like
I mean, you kind of do, but like it's I don't know. It's like typically and mainly like I'm talking about like the whole world. I mean, you can get that shit, but what if it was rolling the same time as you watching your news and all this, like around the world, all this shit.
Well, that's the thing is like, I know what you're saying is like we don't
Not the
hear
major
about
stuff,
the little stories that are
yeah,
happening and
like we hear in our cities.
But compared to how it used to be, like 50 years ago, we're hearing about information from all around the world. Like we used to be able to just like worry
Only
about what's
main
happening in our
places, though,
lives
or
or
main
happening in our area,
things.
but now we hear about what's happening in fucking Europe or what's happening even like states away. That didn't used to be a concern or even a
I mean,
thought
yeah, in
for
that
people.
way.
But now we hear about like all this crazy shit. So
I mean like literally every city and shit, like all the shit that goes on, dude. Like there's so much shit that goes on in a daily.
yeah, I mean especially like little crimes. Like if you knew about every little crime that was happening, it would be terrifying. Because, I mean, I'll get sent crazy videos from other countries of like people getting murdered and people getting assaulted. And it's like we're so desensitized to all of this because it's always in our face. We're always hearing about terrible stories and how bad it is on places hundreds of miles away from us.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a crazy world that we're living in right now.
It is.
And speaking of crazy Kanye West needs help. That'll be the bow tie on that story.
Yeah.
Oh, here's another thing I wanted to bring up about that is like as crazy as he is and I start to kind of understand how freaked out he must feel about people trying to shut him up and why he wants to say whatever comes to his mind because he's so terrified of people trying to like shush him or put him out of the public eye to like ruin his career. Because I recently heard a story about someone that was like it wasn't his manager, but it was like someone kind of like that worked with him, and they were texting him around the same time that he was saying all the anti-Semitic stuff, and he leaked these texts that he got, and it was this like manager type person being like, they were like going off on him about why the shit he was saying was wrong and like how he needs to stop, and it's like terrible for his image and how it's terrible for the spotlight that he has because he can influence all these people without even knowing it. So she was like telling him all this stuff, and then she was like pretty much saying like, I'm gonna stop working with you, and I'm gonna do one of two things. One, we can meet up and we can have a conversation about this, and I can try to inform you on how what you're doing is wrong. Or two, I can have you sent back to the hospital, and we can make sure that you. She said something like crazy creepy, like, I'm gonna send you back to the hospital, and we'll put you on the drugs that will make you like never speak again or something. Like these people are making legitimate threats, and she was like, yeah, I'm gonna get you 5150'd. I'm gonna send you to the hospital, and they're gonna drug you up, and you're never really gonna talk again. And the scary thing about this person saying that is this same person did that to him pretty much. Like years ago, he had one of these public meltdowns where he wasn't taking his medicine and saying all this crazy shit. And then they sent him to the hospital, and he was like stuck in the hospital for like a couple months or something.
Damn.
So it's even creepier when you have someone threatening something that they've actually done before, and then outright saying like, yeah, I'm going to fuck you up mentally, and I'm going to get you drugged up, and I'm going to have these doctors do all this shit to you because you're not doing what I... Yeah, they're like, you're not doing what I want you to be doing. Regardless of how fucked up it is, they're like, yeah, you're acting out of pocket, so I can have you drugged, or you can come talk to me and admit you're stupid. Like, imagine having those people in your life that like can just like get you sent to a hospital and make you look insane, but at the same time he's fucking acting insane, and he literally is bipolar and literally is acting manic. So I don't know. Enough about Kanye. I'm getting so fed up about hearing about all that shit. But I have something that I want to offer to our viewers, but it's a challenge. It's an easy one because I want to do it, and I'm kind of going to do it no matter what. But if we can get to 115 subscribers on the YouTube, then me and Marquise are going to do our first movie review, and we'll put it up on the YouTube for everybody to see, and we will analyze.
Yeah, I watched this
upcoming movie
the other day. Oh my god!
Did you really?
Yeah, I watched it a little bit. I skipped through the sex parts.
Jesus Christ! You scared of sex?
I mean, I skipped to the sex parts, not skipped through. Like,
so you were whacking it
through to the sex parts. Yeah, I was a little scared because I thought my neighbors could see through my window and be like, yo, this homie is beating off or watching a porno. It was a little weird. So I was watching this, like...
What's the movie?
It's like bed something. It had the word, like, like bed in it. It was like bedside or something like that. But it's really about this girl and guy.
Movie?
It's
on
a movie.
Pornhub?
No, it was on Vudu. So I got this TV, bro. When I worked at my old job, I got a free TV from a homie, and it's the first gen smart TV, and it has Vudu on it. So I get all these free fucking movies. So I was just scrolling through it, and I'm like, I don't really watch TV for real. Like, I mean, I watch YouTube and shit, like when I'm going to bed, but it's not like watching an actual movie. Like, I watch little skits or people doing vlogs and shit like that, or like cars racing or some crazy a lot amount of shit, just not an actual like movie or show or like full document or something. So I decided like I'm gonna watch something, and no hate, But obviously, it was
The first thing
a
you
movie
decide to
about
watch is
porn.
sex.
I'm not gonna lie. It was a movie about porn. It had porn in there. I think the girl like wanted to be a porn star or something like that.
Don't we all?
But like your typical movie, when sex scenes come up, you see a little action. You'll think it's real, but it's not real. Like they're not actually doing it. No, these motherfuckers. She was giving him an actual blow job, and like he put the condom on and everything, started fucking her, and
How
like,
do you know it's an actual blowjob?
bro, like
This could be some CGI.
you can see the slime of spit just coming off.
I mean, I can spit. That doesn't
Bro,
mean
no,
I'm
no,
sucking
no.
dick.
I'm just saying that, but no, bro. Like this, I've never seen a movie look so real, bro. Like it literally, bro. No way.
Dude,
this
I
shit
was so aroused. It was very, very believable.
I wasn't even aroused. Like it takes a lot for me to get aroused. I ain't even gonna lie.
What's this
Like,
movie about? Dude?
a porno. That's what I said.
Uh,
It was a weird one though. Like this dude. All right, so the girl that was the director had like a crush on the porn guy, and the guy was fucking the girl, and like she wanted to fuck with him, but he didn't want to fuck with her, and like at
she's
the
like,
ending,
I picked the wrong
she fucking
profession.
he like gets her in like a room, and like he's watching her on the camera, and she's like, "This whole time I know you wanted this," and starts stripping and playing with her pussy and shit. Like it shows her playing with her
This
shit
is the director.
of the porn of the movie, like.
Yeah.
Not the director of the movie, but the
No,
director
no,
of the
director
porno
that
in the
has a
movie.
crush on the porn star.
Yes, yes.
She's stripping and
Yeah,
she's
she
like,
get
I know
naked.
you want this
Yeah, and she's
pussy.
like, "Come here," and then he doesn't come.
I
here.
will come
And,
here.
and he's like, "Fuck you, bro." It's so wild. I don't know. It's crazy.
So
It's,
pretty much what you're
it's
saying
not-
is you watched the porn the other day and it was like cool.
yeah, I could say that. I watched a porn and
Speaking of porn, have you seen that Netflix movie? It's like called like 127 hours or no, fuck. That's not the movie. It's called like what's it called? 365 days.
oh what?
It's literally like a porn on
year-
Netflix.
A year on porn.
It's dude, it's the weirdest fucking movie cuz I didn't know like the whole story behind this movie when I watched it, but
I didn't either, and I mean,
No,
like,
this movie
I
is
saw
like-
porno. Bro.
it's literally about a girl that gets like kidnapped by this cartel dude, and then they kidnap the girl, and then when she wakes up, the cartel dude is like, I kidnapped you because I've been stalking you and you're hot and you're gonna live with me and you're gonna like it. And then she was like, what? And she tries to like escape, and then he stops her. Oh, but by the way, this cartel dude that kidnapped the girl, he's like fucking hot as shit. And so is the girl that he kidnapped.
Ryan.
No, it's just factual. Like he doesn't look like a regular cartel
Could have
dude.
said he's attractive male.
Nah, dude, he
You said
looks
he's
like
hot
a
as
fucking
shit.
Aeropostale model. Fucked the American Eagle model, and then they had a baby. Just want to paint the picture. He kidnaps this like model girl, and he looks like a model himself, and he's explaining to this girl like, "Yeah, I kidnapped you.
Get over that now.
I kidnapped you. Your life is over. You're just gonna be my wife. I don't care if you want that or not. No consent." And then she's like, "Fuck no." And she like goes to run away and try and escape, and he stops her, and then it like turns.
What does he do to stop her?
He just like grabs her arms. And,
Oh, he's like,
pushes
"No,
her
you're
up
not
against the wall.
going."
He pushes her up against the wall, and then like it turns from this girl trying to escape because she's been fucking
To a hot
kidnapped
ass porno.
to like this guy being like, "Yeah, well, I have you right here," and like
Oh,
it's
I
all
should've
like.
said- I mean,
It's
it,
like all no, it turns like all romantic, as though it's supposed to be so cute. Like, oh, she tried to run and
he
then
just
stopped her.
he just captured me. No,
Oh my god, he's gonna kill me if I don't have sex with him. And then they just start making out. And then they like fuck.
What?
He gets kidnapped, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, this is romantic, a nice little romantic kidnapping." And then like the rest of the movie is just them fucking a bunch of times while he takes her around the country and doesn't let her leave. And it's like a soft core porn. Like that's how they made it to be. It's just like pretty much a
It's just
porno.
weird.
And it was so weird because it was like, not only is this not right, like this girl is getting
Someone
kidnapped.
watching this and just like, yeah, that's probably the right way to find love.
Yeah, I should. That's what I need to do. I need to get kidnapped, and then
Just
I'll
want
find
someone
my
to
husband.
kidnap me. dude, just kidnapped me.
And they just normalize it. Like they're fucking and falling in love, but it's like it's so weird, dude.
I've been looking for this. I've been waiting for this moment for you to just come swoop me and.
He's been waiting for the moment. He's been stalking her and watching her everywhere she goes and taking her away from her family. And then he's just like, yeah, but we're going to fuck and have hot sex on a boat. There's one part where he takes her out into the ocean and they're on a boat. And there's like armed guards not letting any of them leave. And he just like takes her into this room and like fucking spits on her pussy. And they have like 25 minutes of sex, and it's just on Netflix. And they've made a sequel and all this shit. It's
Fun.
it's not your typical
Were you
love
aroused?
story. I was pretty aroused. But yeah,
Is
I don't
it
know
something
how
you
we
would watch with your significant other.
No, because she's gonna be looking at the fucking kidnapper and being like, "You need to kidnap my pussy," and it's just it's not right. You should, ladies, don't get kidnapped to find love. Just like call me or something. But yeah, that was,
614.
I don't know how we got on that
I don't know
topic.
either, but that was weird.
But I'm pretty upset
Me too.
because I got my shoes dirty. And I think I'm going to be that guy that just like
Paint some?
no, I'm just going to buy different pairs of Air Forces like all the time. I don't feel like cleaning them. I already have like 3 or 4 pairs of Air Forces, but like it's fucked up when you get all white shoes and you just
But you
step
got
in a
different
puddle of
Jones.
mud. I can't even find it now.
Bro, just get every colorway.
Dude, some of the I don't understand
never
why
owned a
Nike
pair of fucking
doesn't make more new
Air Force.
kinds of shoes. Like they have like
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how many, but they have just a bunch of, like, let's just say they have 15 different styles of shoes. But they've had, like, they never make new ones. They just recolor those.
Oh, excuse me. It's all the same style, just different color.
Yeah, it's strange to me. But, I heard a very crazy story, Marquise.
Okay.
It was, so there was this temple of monks, and
Okay.
I forget there was like this temple of monks, and I think it was in like I don't know, fucking India or Indonesia, some place. I don't think it was in America. And you know, monks are like supposed to be like peaceful people, and they like don't eat sugar, they don't have sex. Some of them don't. Some of them take a vow of silence. Like they're very straightforward, like clean cut guys. You know, like they can't have. I'm tempted to like look up the rules of being a monk because I know it's some crazy shit. It's pretty strict. You can't like beat off. You can't have long hair. You can't eat sugar. You got to do a lot of shit to be a monk. And but recently this temple of monks just got like completely shut down. And do you want to guess like why the monks got kicked out of the temple and why the temple was shut down? What do you think monks would do to get shut down? Do you think they had like a Twinkie and like got eating Twinkies?
I think
Or maybe they had premarital sex?
I feel like it's something sexual, but like
It could be anything. They're monks. They're peaceful people.
I know, but it had to be bad for them to get kicked out.
Yeah, but
Were
eating
they
sugar
sharing
is
each other's
bad.
clothes?
So Marquise thinks they might have been sharing each other's clothes, but what really happened is all 4 of the monks did meth regularly.
Regularly.
So there was a meth temple full of meth monks.
Were they making it?
I think they were just doing it. The fucking monks getting fucked up on meth.
You ever seen a meth out monk?
No, but I kind of want to. Imagine he's just fucking floating, just like sitting like, how do you think I did this?
What
Fuck,
you buying?
I got a couple
selling?
rocks in my fucking lungs. But no, these monks got defrocked, which is a new word that I learned. They were defrocked because every monk in the temple was doing meth.
Every monk.
And of all drugs that you think a monk would do, meth would be like the last one that I would think.
Yeah, weed would be all day good.
I can imagine them smoking weed, which probably I kind of feel like they might be allowed to do that, but they probably aren't. But like, I could even imagine a monk like sipping lean before
Doing
a
coke?
monk sipping. But I don't think they would do coke either. I don't associate monks with speed. I don't associate them with drugs either. I think they're fast. I think they're just kind of chill people. I could imagine them doing opium, but like meth, and that's a dirty
just get
drug.
some fucking. We just got some fucking.
Hold on, I have something written down about these monks. Like it's crazy to me because they're so
Think they would do
clean cut.
whippets?
They could barely eat they can't even eat a cheeseburger, and they jumped way past all that. And we're
Dude,
just
they
like,
did fucking meth.
Meth. But yeah,
Could have done fucking
bro,
heroin, and they chose meth. No, I don't.
they were just. And who do you think sold them the meth first, or do you think? Like, imagine how ballsy you'd have to be.
Well, if it was another monk.
Well, I kind of had a joke about that. It's like maybe someone didn't sell it to him. Maybe like one of the monks came home to the temple and he like found some meth and he walked up to all the other monks and he's like, guys, I know
got this crystal.
I know what you're gonna say. I know this looks bad, but I do have this meth.
How do you think he did get them to do it like that, though?
Well,
Like
I
in
don't
all
know.
seriousness, though.
The article I was reading, it doesn't talk about how it all started. It just talks about like what happened once they found out these monks were doing meth monks. But like these monks couldn't have been good monks because like imagine how hard it would be to convince a good monk to do meth. Like,
Fuck.
bro, come on, bro. It's gonna be so
That's
fun.
what I'm saying.
I know you guys are like,
They get all this shit to hold back, and the meth comes around. They're like, yes, drug of choice.
yeah, and like that means that, like, if let's just assume these monks were doing everything right before they started doing meth.
Yeah.
That means like they skipped weed, they skipped cigarettes, like, oh, I don't really want to drink, I don't want to. They skipped all that. And then one day they were just like, "Fuck it, let's go for the gold.
Hardcore shit.
Let's go straight to meth." And like,
How were they doing it? Did it say?
no, but how do you think a monk should do meth? Like, what's a classy way for a monk to do meth? Maybe like sprinkle some meth on the incense, and then light the incense, and then like sit in the small room.
No, harder than that.
How do you think you can do? Like, you smoke meth, and then can
They
you?
probably put it in the food they couldn't eat. And they're like, "Oh, we're going crazy today, boys," and fucking ate that bitch.
Oh, so they were like, I know we can't eat cheeseburgers, and I know we also can't.
But
do
you want a
meth.
meth burger?
A meth burger, we might be able to break through all that.
Yeah.
If we break so many rules, maybe we're not even breaking a rule.
The drug cancels it out.
Yeah. If there's like sugar and ketchup in here, but if we put meth in here, then God will be
It'll
so
soak
distracted by the meth
Yeah, that
that he
too.
won't even be thinking.
Well, not even
about
that. It'll soak up all the ingredients and just
Cheeseburger
shoot them
flavored
out
meth?
in the. Meth does crazy things, man.
Would you ever like? How much money for you to do a hit of meth?
Well, I couldn't. I don't
It
even
doesn't
think.
sound like a fun drug at
No.
all. Like, it's supposed to be addicting, but like every time you hear about the effects of meth, it's like, oh yeah, it's so fun. It feels like there's fire ants on your eyeballs, or oh yeah.
Bro,
it's
what?
like- let's look it up. I'm gonna look up the side effects of meth, or the feeling of doing meth.
You feel on top of the world.
Because it never sounds good. It's like, oh yeah, it's so amazing. It feels like there's nails being put into your skin. I
did some.
I've typed in the
I did
feeling
some
of doing
crazy shit, boy.
meth side effects. Well, this is what it does to your body, but crystal meth, dude, it usually comes in clear crystal chunks. Ooh, but if you're
So
working
if
with
it's all
Walter
mashed
White,
down,
it's
do they call
shiny
it?
blue white rocks.
If it's all meshed down, do they call it powdered meth?
No, I doubt it.
It'd still be crystal.
All right. Hyperactivity. I already got that. I have ADHD. Twitching, facial tics, jerky movements, paranoia, dilated pupils, skin sores. That's a fun one. You know how like sometimes you do a drug and you get euphoria. Fuck euphoria. We want some skin sores.
You pick on them.
Reduced appetite for all those ladies trying to lose some weight. Agitation, burns, particularly on the lips or fingers. I think that's from like lighting the meth pipe up. Delusions, nausea, outbursts or mood swings. Oh, that's why people on meth are like so nice typically. Violent behavior, rapid breathing. Like none of this sounds fun. Like
Someone one day created meth, smoked it, and thought it was the best thing ever.
I just don't get it. Like it's meth is like it's you might as well fucking snort Clorox or something. Like none of it. Like you hear, oh, when you drink,
we're gonna
lean,
get
you
on the
get all
strange
tired and you get all
You know the people, strange
loopy.
addictions? The people who eat like dryer sheets and shit?
yeah.
Would you do that?
Would you eat a dryer sheet?
Would you eat a dryer sheet?
I don't. I think sometimes I think strange addictions is fake because they'll literally have
Or
a
the guy
girl
that
like
fucked his
chugs
car?
a gallon of paint, and it's like, dude, how do you not die from chugging paint every day?
Yeah. So you think it's like not real paint and they're just.
I don't know. I just some of their addictions don't like. I
Dude.
feel like you would literally die if you.
There
did
was
that.
this girl like who ate her hair and she had like a big ass hairball in her stomach and it was just.
I heard that can happen. I heard that can happen just from you like chewing on your hair. Like,
Yeah.
you know, some people with long hair of like
Yeah,
fucking chew
chew
on
on
it.
it, yeah.
I heard you can get like a big old lump of hair in your stomach just from that. So, if you're just chowing down on some hairballs, then you're probably gonna get that tummy ball real quick.
You just got a fucking long piece of hair coming out your ass and you pull it out.
Dude, I saw this video of a fucking bear, and it was like eating fish from a river or like drinking water or something. And it was like the video was like directly towards the bear, and then the bear like turned around and started walking away from the river. And you could see this like huge tapeworm, like a big ass tapeworm just coming out of its butt.
Really?
And it was like tied together with a second tapeworm. And that tapeworm was like dragging on the floor. And it was like in the river and shit. And it's just like fucking waving in the water.
No.
Tapeworms are disgusting, bro. They just.
Oh, bro, that gave me the chills.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes you gotta like, if you have a tapeworm, I think you have to like pull it out yourself and shit.
Oh, bro, I saw this video of some dude getting a worm in his ankle, and he had to pull it out his ankle, and it was so long, and
How'd a worm get in his ankle?
like it just went through his ankle, and it was like a fucking.
You
Oh.
know the worst show is Monsters Inside Us or Monster Inside Me.
Oh, that is
Dude,
horrible.
you'll never want to enter a lake ever again, dude. You'll be like, yeah, I was swimming with my family in the family lake or the pond, and then the next day I started vomiting blood. And
you know that one fish that like you piss in the water and it will go up your fucking pee hole?
I think that's a parasite.
Ah, dude.
Dude, my pee hole's not that big. I don't think.
Bro, don't talk about that, bro.
Just opening your
You just
pee
sit
hole.
there and you're spreading your pee hole.
You ever just You ever get soap in your pee hole?
Oh, dude, that burns so
It
bad.
hurts so
It
bad.
happened a lot when I was a kid.
I used to think like it was because I was sinning or something.
Me too, bro. Like someone was up, bro.
I think the rule is like,
I just wanted my penis to be clean.
yeah, like it's hard for us. I remember the first time soap got in my pee hole. It was because I think I figured it out.
That's happened
I
recently.
was like washing my hair or like washing part of my body, and then I was rinsing off, but I didn't finish rinsing off, and I like peed in the shower.
oh yeah, that's
and then
how it happens.
The soap gets down, and then like your pee hole's activated because you're peeing,
Yeah.
and it just gets in there, and it's dude, it burns like a mother.
Burns.
Dude. All right. This just for you people. I had this whole plan for this podcast, and it kind of fell apart because Colin actually is sick right now.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, he's got like a fever or something.
Fuck.
But we were gonna have like a bunch of guests on, and a very special one indeed. But most of them canceled, and we had to reschedule to next week. So this episode is kind of like just some random shit for you guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right,
Yes, sir.
Marquise, do you know that I had to do, I had to do community service at. Well, first of all, I just had to do community service, and it was really stupid because it was all because I was caught drinking, and I was like 20 at the time.
Okay.
I was at Bullwinkle's, as you know, and they had just remodeled the place and like redesigned the interior, whatever. And I was there on their first night, and I kind of forgot that it was their first night since being closed, and we were partying and having a good time. And this girl came up to me, and I knew her from back in the day, and she was like, "Hey, let me get you some drinks." And I was like, "All right, sweet." And so I followed her to get some drinks, and as soon as we got them, this guy just comes out of the shadows as we're walking away with the drinks. He just comes out of the shadows and fucking grabs both of us and pretty much like gives us tickets and shit for underage drinking. It's a long story, but
Damn.
key things of the story is like, first of all, I felt like such an idiot because if I would have saw this guy standing in the club, I would have known for sure that he was like an undercover. He looked like a detective, bro. Like he had like one of those detective hats on and like a fucking big old jacket and like dressed way too up for a club like that. And he was like in his 50s, like just a straight up undercover cop. And he caught us drinking, and I was like, all right, fuck, whatever, he caught me. Plus, how bad could the charge be?
Yeah.
And it was funny because the girl that got me the drinks started like throwing a fit. She was like, "You're not my dad. You can't tell me what to do. This is ridiculous. I'm leaving." And like tries to walk away, and he just fucking yanked that bitch back.
Really?
Yeah, dude. They were kind of manhandling her, and they were like, "Nope, you're not going anywhere. If you keep giving us this attitude, you're gonna spend the night in jail." She's like, "Shut up, you can't tell me what to do. I'm my own woman." Like, just acting the worst you could possibly act in this situation. And they ended up giving her like 4 more charges than I got. But anyway, I got caught for underage drinking, and they sentenced me to community service. And I had to go work at Goodwill as my community service. So I knew what Goodwill was, but I hadn't really been there much. And obviously, I had never worked there. And so on my first day, they like told me I had to go into the back where they do like donations, like where people drive up and just drop a bunch of trash off.
Yeah.
And so I had to like help people get the stuff
We
out
had
of
to
the
do
car.
community service, like actual like
Yeah, it was like my
work.
my charge.
Yeah.
And there were people that were like actually working there, but most of the people there were also doing community service. So keep in mind when you're donating stuff to Goodwill, there's criminals helping you helping your stuff out of your car. And so I was working back there with just straight up criminals. And
Jeez.
it was kind of freaky because on my first day, I was just waiting out there kind of in the cold, waiting for cars to pull up so I could drag their literal trash out of their car so they could donate it and feel like good people. But I'm waiting there and I'm like, these other two guys are there with me and they're talking to each other, and then one of them just like is like, "What are you in for?" And I was like, I told him, and I was like, "Are you not working here?" And he's like, "Nah, I'm also doing community service." And I was like, "Oh, what about you? What did you do?" And he's like, "Attempted murder."
Oh my.
And I was like, "Oh fuck!" I was like, "Oh shit." Okay, that totally makes sense. That attempted murder gets the same charge that like he
An
had to do the
underage
same shit
drinker
that I
does.
did. Yeah, it's totally reasonable. Um, and so I'm just like talking to him, and he's talking about like, yeah, my girl was she was playing with me, and I caught her out with this other dude, and then when I caught them both, I put the gun to his head. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, totally. I know exactly how it goes. And I started like talking to them, and there was a few things that happened in my days at Goodwill, but I just thought it was so funny. Like I'm working with an attempted murder, and the other guy was like a fucking ultra racist,
Yeah.
and so these two fucking delinquent criminal folks, I'm working with them, and they're just like, I had to listen to all of their fucking bullshit opinions, and like I had to like act like the guy wasn't a total insane person that tried to kill the guy that his girl was cheating on him with. And
I mean, honestly though, what would you do if like you were in that position?
if I caught my girl cheating on me with another guy, and
Yeah.
I've been in that position. I tried to I tried to fight them, but I didn't try to murder them.
Yeah.
Um, there was a time where I uh, I found out that my girlfriend was like, I think I like found out she was cheating on me, or found out she was like going some other place that I didn't know about, and she would like just kind of drop off the grid and not talk to me for a couple hours, and I like ended up finding out where she was going. So let me rephrase that. I was
How'd
dating
you
this
find
girl.
out?
I'll tell you. I was dating this girl, and she would just like kind of randomly drop off the radar and like act kind of distant for a couple hours at a time, like every other couple of days. And so the last time she did that, I was hanging out with my friend, and we ended up, for some reason, I was hanging out with my friend, and then I picked up my other friend that happened to be kind of dating my girlfriend's sister. So he was with my girlfriend's sister. So it was
Yeah.
me, two of my friends, and my girlfriend's sister. And we were talking, and eventually I started bringing up the situation I was in with her sister. I was like, yeah, she just kind of like stopped talking to me, and I don't know like where she's at and who she's with. And the sister was like, "Oh yeah, I kind of know what you're talking about because I had to drop her off at this one random house the other day."
Oh my.
And I was like, "Really?" And
Oh
she's
my.
like, "Yeah." So yeah, she was like, "Yeah, I dropped him off at this random place, and I don't know who lives there, but that sucks." And I was like, "Well, can we go there?" And she's like, I had to like convince her, but eventually she was like, "All right, fine. I'll show you where it is, and we can go there together." And so we all like packed up the car and drove to this place. And I think I think I like told the sister to text my girlfriend and be like, "Hey, I'm here to pick you up," or something. And she was like, "Oh, okay." And responds to the sister and not me. And she like comes out of this apartment, and when she's walking out, I see this other guy with her, and she like I think she like hugged and kissed him and then like walked out to what she thought was her sister's car. And then as she was walking up to the car, I saw that shit and I got out the car and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And the guy's like still at the door and she like looks at me and she's just a couple of steps away from the door and she's like, "Oh, fuck." And she like I'm pretty sure she turned around and like walked back in the house with the guy or whatever. And then I was like, "Oh, fuck this." And I walked up to the door and I'm like looking through the window and um I can see like a guy in the background, like in the back of the room. He like walks downstairs into the basement, and then I see my girlfriend and then this other guy, and they're standing like by the door, but behind the door, and it's locked. And there's like this big window, and I'm just like fucking screaming and banging on the door. I'm like, come fucking out here so I can fight you. Like I'm just like taunting this guy. Like obviously I'm not trying to fight my girlfriend. I'm trying to fight this guy. And
Fuck,
he was like looking at me,
her, bro. Fuck.
dude. It was so crazy because I was like, I actually caught this bitch
Yeah.
at this bitch's house. Like this is insane. And so I'm like banging on the door, like screaming at him, calling him a bitch, all this stuff. And she like I can like my girlfriend's just like has her face in her hands and she's like, "Oh my god, whatever." I can't hear what she's saying, but like she's talking to this guy that's like standing right next to the door, and I'm like looking at him like, "Come out here and fight me, you bitch. Come out here and fight me."
Yeah.
I'm freaking out. And
Shit, anybody would.
yeah, dude, it was bullshit. He never ended up coming out, and I was I was like screaming at the door, and then I like at one point I looked him dead in the eyes and just fucking spit on his window, and the spit just like over his face, dripping. I was like, "You're a bitch,"
Yeah.
and yeah, it was pretty stupid. But I wouldn't try to kill the person because I wouldn't let a girl cheating on me affect my whole entire life.
But you still fight him and shit.
Oh,
to
I
the
would
point
fight him for
of
sure.
anger to where do you know when to stop? Or?
Oh yeah, I know how to stop, sir. I wouldn't let it become like a massive crime, but I know what a fight looks like versus what a like assault or what a
I know, but
attempted
say
murder
you're
looks
you're
like.
just like whooping his ass and he's gushing blood out of his fucking nose and shit. Like, would you?
Well, obviously, I'm just gonna fucking knock a couple teeth.
Yeah,
no,
a couple teeth supposedly.
that's the thing though. Like in a situation like that, there should be some street justice that's like legal. Like you should be able to fight a guy.
Oh, for sure.
But
That should be illegal. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you get cheated on and shit, there should be some justice because I mean there is a little bit. No, there isn't a little bit. But like the cop, no. I mean, like I've heard situations of the cop, like in court justice systems. Like if you really fight for it, like they'll be more on your side. But like that doesn't always.
if you get the right cop in the right
Yeah.
situation. But like
Yeah.
the thing I was getting at is like you can some guy could cheat on you on your girlfriend could cheat on you with some random guy, and if it's the wrong kind of guy and you go and fight him, he could be like, "No, like you just assaulted me and I felt so threatened and blah blah blah."
Yeah.
And they can twist it to turn into something like you were like actually trying to not like kill them, but like they can
That's
make
what I'm
it
saying.
so
If you
much
get a
more
cool cop,
criminal
they
than
would
it really is.
understand, like, oh, you went. I mean,
That's
it's not right to fight, obviously, and they wouldn't want that, but like they would be more understandable than you just walking in and beating someone's ass.
That's the other thing is like you can, based on the cop, your charge can be so much different. Because
Yeah.
I've heard stories of people like getting in fights or in the middle of fights, and then a cop gets there and they're like, just fight it out. And if it turns into something more, then I'll step in. But you guys are just fighting, so I'm not gonna
Yeah.
get involved if both of you guys are wanting to fight. That's the other thing. And in certain states, it's like a rule that you can like arrange a fight. if you want to say I want to fight you and you want to fight me, we can literally like agree on it, and then we get to fight, like legally.
Yeah.
And but in other states, it's just a flat out assault, no matter what.
Yeah.
But I think it's like in Arizona, I could like agree with someone to fight, and as long as they're agreeing as well, then it's just okay. I think that should be like the rule.
Yeah.
I think that like everywhere,
But even then, you have to get them to agree.
yeah, but still, like, yeah, I mean, in certain situations, you should just kind of be the bigger person and not need to fight. But like, a lot of the times, like, when a fight happens, both of the people want to fight, so it shouldn't be too hard to get like consent on the fight or whatever. It's like even at a bar fight, it's like, oh, someone spills a drink on someone, the guy gets pissed and starts talking shit to you, and then you get mad. Now you're both mad, you both want to fight, and then you fight, and then that's legal. And then that also makes it so like, all right, keep it in as a regular fight and don't fuck one of the people up too much, and then it's just a fair and square fight. But yeah, and I think in Ohio, it's like if you get caught fighting someone, it's just like, oh, that's an assault charge.
Yeah.
And also, like, I always thought it was stupid in schools how, like, someone can like bully you or fuck with you and like even like kind of push you around and fuck with you like physically, and then you defend yourself, and then like, oh, both of the people are in trouble. It's like, no, like there should be some accountability as to who was starting the fight and who like.
But at that point, like I've always grown up like, if that shit happens, defend your fucking self no matter what the situation. If you get in trouble, fuck it. You're at least stopping that person from fucking doing.
Yeah, you should defend yourself, because it's like, and
if you get like fucking suspended for fucking a year, I'd rather take the suspension than have a bully on me any day. Like I would.
Well, plus, and like in schools, like if you, depending on the school and the people that are in it, like if you get fucked with and you let somebody bully you, then that can affect the whole rest of your schooling. Because people are just gonna look at you like a mark, like they can just fuck with you.
But that's why I liked our school a lot, because that was, I mean, like I never really saw much of that. I mean, like obviously that happens in almost every school. I mean, there's always something, but I don't know. I feel like the school we went to, like it was. I mean, there was a lot of
fights.
I mean, there was a lot of fights and shit like that. But that's school. But like, we were more so like when the riot thing happened. Like we all, as kids, came up and went against the teachers for us to have a day off of school, and we started a fake riot.
Which riot though? There were a couple different.
I mean, you remember that time when we found out, like, if we had 4 riots in school, we would all get released from school?
Yeah.
And then there was, like, 3 or 4 fucking riots, and it never got released. They were just, like, they found out that we knew that or something like that, so they were like, fuck that.
Dude, I remember one year,
Dude, there was literally best friends fake fighting each other just for us to get out of school for that.
It never worked, though.
Yeah.
I remember one year they called the when I say call the police, I mean like they called the fucking police, like practically a riot type shit. Like there were like 4 different times in one year where like they called the police and like 10 cop cars pulled up and dogs and just like all the police just showed up, and then like crowds of people circled around some fight that they called the police on. And it would, like, fuck a lot of shit up. Like,
well, I remember one time we had this app that went around our school, well, went around everywhere, and it started with a K or something, but it was a anonymous texting app. And someone did, like, a bomb threat or something, and that was so crazy because, like, you know, obviously the cops and everybody came, and, like, they banned that app in our school and everything like that.
I remember one time there was
you couldn't get on the server anymore and shit.
There was, like, a bomb threat, and then the whole school smelled like gasoline or something. Or, like, oh, no, I'm getting 2 things mixed up. I think I know what you're talking about with the bomb threat, but
Remember that app that people are anonymously like texting people on?
I actually don't. I know the
Fuck.
thing on Snapchat where you could like post a thing and then people could like tell you it would be like tell me what you think about me, and then you would click a link and it would bring you to this anonymous thing where you could
Oh
like
yeah, you
say
could
all
like
that.
yeah, that Snapchat shit. You could like do that and like tell people like whatever you want. Honestly, on that.
I remember there was one time where two girls were fighting, like they were going back and forth and arguing with each other, and then both of the girls got their parents involved, and then at the end of the day the two girls went to go fight at the bus lobby, and they were fighting, and then the moms pulled up. So one girl's mom pulled up and the other girl's mom pulled up, and then the moms started fighting,
Oh my god,
and
that'd
both
be
of them were
crazy.
fighting right next to each other, and there was like literally a crowd of people all around them, and like there was this like huge fight, and they were screaming at each other. One mom's calling the other mom a whore, and just getting ultra trashy, and they called the police, and it turned into this big thing, and they had to like shut the rest of the school down, and it was wild.
Yeah, it sounds wild.
I remember there was this one time where there was this huge fucking guy. Like we had a few people at our school that were like gigantic, and
Oh, yeah.
we had one of them on the podcast, but we had some people that were like very 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 big, and there was a time where some of our friends started like arguing or beefing with one of the other guys that was like gigantic. It was like the bane of the school. So they were like arguing with this huge guy, and they had been arguing all day, calling each other bitches, all this, and then at the end of the day, this one huge motherfucker went out to the bus lobby to fight. We would always fight at the bus lobby, and the two of our friends teamed up together and like fought him together,
Jeez.
and it was like still an even fight because of how big this motherfucker was. But I remember that got police involved, and dude, it was crazy. It was like fucking the Avengers fighting Thanos with
Oh my God.
because of just a big motherfucker. They were attacking him from both
Sorry,
sides. and-
Jew, but I really gotta pee.
Do you feel better now, Marquise?
That's so much better.
Yeah. Do you think it's harder for girls to hold pee or for guys to hold pee?
That's a good question.
I feel like it's got to be harder for girls to hold pee because it's just like an open.
I feel like it depends on the person.
Yeah, maybe one person has like a bigger bladder than the other, but like
Yeah.
I feel like it's gravity is affecting your ability to hold your pee more on a girl than it is a guy, because like guys we have like this mechanism to pee out of, but like I feel like with girls it can just like fall out.
Just fall, but they have a mechanism too. That's what.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying like I feel like they like it's easier for like a girl to like sneeze and then pee like than it is for a guy, cuz like it's got to work through more. I don't know, dude. Did you know they're paying people $170,000 a year to kill rats in New York?
What? That would be a close job. You know, they're paying $150,000 a year to sell your shit.
Your actual shit?
Yeah, just take it and send it to a scientist, and they study it.
I think you got to be a healthy shit maker, though.
You think so?
Yeah, I think like you
I
got to
think
have
they want
good
the worst
shit.
of the worst.
Primo
though.
shit.
They want to study it, bro. They want the worst shit you got.
What do you think the worst shit you've ever had is?
Some slimy piss water
One
come
time,
out my ass.
this is really bad, guys. There was this one time, I think I had like B-dubs blazing wings.
Oh
or
my
something,
gosh, he knows exactly what food he had.
and like a couple hours after eating them, I like had to shit so bad, like so bad.
So
it
do
was,
you
like,
think it's from
burning
the
me up
wings or
inside.
something before that?
Bro, it gets worse though.
Oh,
this is so bad, but like I went to go take the shit, right? And I like just blew up the toilet.
It must have been that bad. You
It's-
remember this shit like
Yeah,
it
it
was
was traumatic. And I took the shit, and you know how sometimes like you'll go to wipe and then your finger like punctures through the toilet paper and into your shitty.
Oh
That's what
no!
That's what happened, but then it gets worse. I don't want to be too TMI, guys. So just trigger warning. But I wipe and my finger goes through the toilet paper, and then when I look back at it, it was like
Look back at it.
I look back at it, and I pulled my hand out, and it was like
You're making sure that your finger went through your ass.
there was like there was like clear liquid, like dripping down my finger, like it was clear.
Bro, that's the nastiest thing
And I was
you've
like,
ever
bro,
said,
I was
bro.
like, no, why is
You're
it
too
clear?
comfortable.
I was like, why is that fucking clear, dude? That doesn't even make sense. It got through my
Someone
fucking
jizzed
hole.
in your ass and left you
Oh,
hanging.
dude. It was bad, dude. It was bad.
Bro, you got a long ass piece of hair sticking up.
I've been seeing these crazy commercials lately. It's like these tampons that are for girls, but
The marijuana ones?
No, I don't know if this is what it's for, but in this commercial, like they really make it sound like it's tampons that are like only for use when you like after you get nutted in.
Oh, to soak up all the semen?
Yes, bro. It's like a commercial. It'll be like,
Smart.
girls, are you tired of the random drips, or like it's something like, are you tired after having love time and then you get a mess in your pants? Like it was like crazy the way they were wording it. They pretty much were saying like, after sex, don't
After birth control, all these girls have been getting nutted in, and now we need to come up with a tampon that
we need
sucks
something
it all
to soak up all
up.
that nut. And dude, the way they were wording it, it was like clearly like, after sex, don't you need a tampon to clean up that mess? And I was like, what? And then I watched the rest of the commercial, and it's like, they're like, yeah, look at this is a typical tampon used for after sex mess, and this is our tampon for after sex mess. And they had like each of them in a bowl full of like, it looked like white pasty glue, and they were like, see how much more absorbent this tampon. This tampon sucks up all the goo
All this.
better than this tampon. I was like, bro, are girls putting condoms in their vagina to like soak
Girls
up?
have condoms.
I mean, fuck, I didn't mean to say condoms. Putting tampons in their vagina after they get nutted in to soak up all the nut? Like that. Plus, aren't you supposed to
You
pee?
thinking about condoms, my guy?
Plus, bro, how disturbing do you think it would be to like? I don't. If I was a girl, bro, I don't.
Pull this tampon out and you see that string of semen just following it behind.
That was nasty. That was nasty. If you were a girl, do you think you'd let guys nut in you? Oh my god.
Guys, but
Oh, you're a girl and you'd let girls nut in you?
I'd let probably a significant other bust a load.
Is scissoring real? That doesn't even make sense.
That's not
Like,
real.
I don't think that's real.
They do it in Pornhub, but it's not real. No girl gets a fucking. No
Bruh.
girl likes that frictiony right there.
Vagina on vagina. Plus, how do you do that?
I mean, they like touching a little bit. I
Should we
feel,
try
but
and
they
scissor?
don't fucking.
Should we try and scissor?
Yeah, let's try it. But we have wieners, so we'd be sword
I know, but,
fighting.
like, let's try and see how your legs would be if you were trying to scissor.
I'd have to put my leg over your shoulder, your leg over my shoulder.
You'd be like this.
Yeah, literally like
But
this.
I can't even get.
That's.
I can't
Can
even
you
get
feel
up on
anything
that.
yet?
Fuck. But yeah, so I don't know.
I don't see how girls like this.
I don't. Robot.
Gum.
All right, we'll do both. So
Both you. So both robot and gum.
okay, this podcast is like, this is a really bad one. All right,
No, it's not.
let's.
We
I
just got done scissoring.
I know scissoring is. I'm glad that we finally scissored. It's been a while.
After what, 10 years now? We're coming up on 10 years.
Yeah, we're coming up on 10 years, and you still haven't rubbed your vagina on my vagina.
Crazy.
But Sorry guys, we had these guests planned and it's gonna be next week, and so
Yeah.
we're a little kooky today. We didn't really know what to do. But
Yeah.
I've got two things for you guys. Three things. So first of all, with the gum. I was getting my
Sticky
hair
situation.
I was getting my hair cut recently. If you guys notice, I'm feeling kind of cute because I got my hair cut.
Confidence.
So like I was
Oh my
I was
god.
feeling so confident that like I finally scissored my best friend.
Oh my god.
But I was getting my hair cut, and my hair cutter lady told me about the
Hold on,
story.
Can we stop here?
What?
You know what I'm gonna say.
What?
Rate your hair cutting person 1 out of 10.
Rate my haircut?
How bad is she?
Bad?
Yeah.
Bad? What if she watches, dude? She's a nice lady.
Maybe she'll give you a discount.
It's like family. I can't.
Never mind. I
I mean, she's pretty
He's thinking
bad.
extra hard about it,
She's
though.
pretty bad. but what about you? What does yours look like?
I don't have a set one, actually.
Yeah, I have a set one because I have particular things. Speaking of, any girl that's watching, can you guys come on the podcast next week and do my eyebrows?
What?
I need my eyebrows tweezed.
I do too. I actually really do. So
If I let my eyebrows just grow forever, I think they would turn into a unibrow, and that's kind of scary. Because I get these hairs in between them, and I need a talented lady to come and fix them.
I need
Also,
my haircut too.
If there's any other talented ladies that are listening, I was thinking about having a intro song thing recorded by a lady. So if there's any ladies out there that want to record the intro to every podcast, like how producers do it, like if so and so didn't do it, then it ain't done right, like shit like that. But anyway, I was talking to this lady. She was cutting my hair, and she told me about this story where she went to El Vaquero, a Mexican restaurant around here that the locals enjoy, and she was saying that she was eating salsa, chips and salsa, and she was like a couple chips in, and then she went to go get a scoop. She scooped up some salsa, and she had it going up to her mouth, and she looked at it, and there was gum in her salsa. So somebody was making salsa, and gum just fell out of their mouth into the fucking salsa.
Bro, that would be so disgusting.
I know, dude. It's and plus, how do you not notice that? How do you not notice that somebody is
fucking flop into some salsa?
Imagine if you go to bite the chip with the salsa. I mean, you bite the salsa chip with a gum on it, and you're chewing it up, and then 2 minutes later you realize, oh, I've been chewing gum this whole time.
Like, yeah,
It's just
it's all breaking down in my mouth.
Bro, I would literally shit myself if I was chewing somebody else's gum for a few minutes and didn't even realize that before I started eating chips and salsa, I didn't have gum in my mouth, and now I have gum in my mouth, and it's somebody else's gum in my mouth. I would be like, oh my God, somebody's in my mouth. It would freak me out.
Somebody's in my mouth.
And so, have you ever had somebody in your mouth?
No.
No, but that's fucked up.
Actually, I've had somebody in my mouth.
How so?
Actually, I've had somebody on my lips and my tongue.
Whoa. What?
I've eaten some pussy in my life.
Whoa. I like eating pussy. Anyway, yeah, I just thought that was what the fuck? How do you not notice that your gum fell into somebody's salsa? So somebody probably was not liking her and set her up with the gum salsa.
Yeah, for real.
Told me the story. I started to remember. I don't know if I've told you guys on the podcast before. I try to help the people and know where they shouldn't. I try to help them and give them tips on life. And one of my tips for you guys is don't get orange juice from McDonald's. Unless it's
Please
a bottle.
don't.
Yeah, unless it's a bottled orange juice, don't get orange juice from McDonald's.
Unless you want gnats in your fucking drink.
I literally went to go, like, it's in a machine where you, like, press a button and then it just, like, dispenses out a certain amount of orange juice. And I was getting somebody a glass, and I pressed the button, and then it just shits out orange juice, which, by the way, the machine does not make it flattering. It's like, just orange
It's
juice.
really just a bag of orange juice.
Yeah, it's nasty. And, like, flies just fucking come out with the orange juice, and they're just floating dead in the shit. And I'm like, bro, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't even care. Like, if that's even possible, you know it's happening often. And also, like, even if you're not unlucky enough to get a fly in your OJ, there's probably still, like, legs in there, fucking a wing in there or something.
In a wing, you could barely even
So,
see.
yeah,
That bitch transparent.
That bitch transparent. But yeah, don't get orange juice from McDonald's. And then also, did you hear that? I don't know if we should save this one for next episode.
Mm.
Let's save it for next episode. I'm just gonna say robots are wildin'. It's about to get
Did you
real.
hear about Elon trying to go into production with his chip?
I'm excited about that chip. That thing's gonna be sick. It's gonna like. The Neuralink is what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
the Neuralink, exactly.
It's gonna give people like superpowers.
Yeah.
If you do it right, you're just gonna get fucking super quick and superpowers. But also, like, people could hack that shit, and then
So like you can use parts of your brain, obviously, right? If you put the Neuralink in your head, do you think you could block off like shit? Like, for instance, like me, if I wanted to block off my ADHD at a point, you think I could just go in my program and block it off for this hour and then go back to normal?
eventually, that's the goal. Is like it would be so advanced to where you can do stuff like that. But they're gonna just start with the simple stuff, like people with terminal illnesses. Like if you're blind, they're gonna like put a Neuralink in and like fix that. If you're paralyzed, shit like that, they'll give you the chip is like meant to fix those things. So to answer your question, once they start getting comfortable with it and the technology is progressed to that point, then yes, I think that they will be able to put the chip in and fix really whatever.
Yeah.
Because it's all just like different neurons are firing to your brain where they shouldn't be. Yeah. So this has been episode 41. It's a wacky one. I'm sorry, guys. But we're going to end it on a good note.
Yes.
This is an exciting thing. You should have stuck around because this is going to be fun. This could go terribly wrong, but we're going to find out who some people are in my contacts.
What?
Yeah, I've got somebody named Cal. Do you want to find out who Cal
That
is?
sounds like a good ass. Yeah, let's find out who Cal is.
So this is literally Cal. Their contact name is Cal. I don't know who they are, and their profile picture is like the cow emoji.
Oh, okay.
So this could be really bad, but it could also be
It's
fun.
one of your side chicks?
I don't have side chicks. I don't have any chicks.
My bad. I was just playing.
Please leave your message for 614-632-7344.
Flop that out.
Who are you? All right, well, that didn't work. That was disappointing. Let's find another one because now we have to. We can find out who DD is. We can find out who. I think I know.
Lulu.
I think I know who Don't is. But there's a person in my phone just says Don't.
Yeah, dude, don't. Which means don't call us, so don't.
Do you think I shouldn't or should?
You should.
I should.
Yeah.
Well, this is getting. There's H. I want to get a good one. Ratchet ass hoe and bitch ass hoe. There's two different. There's ratchet ass hoe and bitch ass hoe. Is ratchet ass hoe the same number as cow? Hold on.
Bro, I used to have so many contacts. I ain't got nobody anymore.
Okay, no. Ratchet ass hoe is a different person. Let's call Ratchet ass hoe.
Who's JoJo the Popo?
Please leave your message for 6.
Oh,
They hung up on me.
Yeah, recall.
I don't know who this could be.
Please leave your message.
They know it's you.
Bro, who is it?
Ratchet ass hoe. They know it's you.
Okay, let's call bitch ass hoe.
Your call has been forwarded.
These
Bro, I
people
got
are,
enemies.
these people are named that for a reason,
I got
bro.
enemies, bro. What the fuck?
Bro.
I don't know why. I don't even. There's not even people that I think of that like I don't like. Like I don't know who these people would be, and they definitely were just like not answering on purpose.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
They're like, why is he calling me?
They're like, God damn it, he keeps calling me a bitch ass hoe. All right, let's find another one. We gotta find somebody to answer.
Fuck. Who the fuck is this?
Falling apart. I don't know.
Outside the
This is so.
call has been forwarded.
Dude, why?
Blocked.
I'm calling. What the fuck? I'm trying to FaceTime him now. All right, bro. This is so bad. Now I just want to call somebody and get somebody to answer.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. We could call my therapist.
Yeah, see what he's up to.
See what he's up to. Who is this? Yo, Crystal, just answer, please. This is. I don't.
How
this,
does she
is this
kn-
even a podcast right now?
How
Like,
did she get that when it straight went to voicemail?
what if it's just,
Call has
bro?
She's got you blocked.
I don't know you. I'm just gonna say my name. Who is this? I said Julian. Who is this? They go, who is this? I said, answer please. She said, I don't know you. And I said, Julian, who is this? Taylor?
Taylor?
Taylor, who? This is like I don't know what's going on. Taylor?
Who is this?
I have you on my phone. Why is it Crystal? Julian, who? Sorry, who's this? That's what Cal said. Should I call him back?
Yeah. That hurts so bad.
Hold the phone up to yours. Ding dong, ring. Why aren't they answering?
Too scared to talk.
Please leave. Hello? Hold on.
Hello?
Hello?
Who's this?
Who is this?
I have you in my contacts saved under a name. I'm just trying to figure out if it's the person I think it is. I'm Julian.
No, I don't recognize your voice. I haven't called this number.
Do you have a daughter?
No, I do not.
Oh, okay.
Please leave your message.
They said
Come
hello.
on,
They
bro.
said hello.
All these numbers are texting us back, but they won't answer a phone call. Trying to call a random number, and we're going through each other's contacts, trying to just find someone we can randomly talk to, you know, some random shit. And what we stumbled upon is my
The
ex's
person we
number.
talked about.
It's my ex's number.
I'm sorry, the person you were.
Ah!
This has been episode 41. Fuck!
Ciao.
At this point, we just need to talk to somebody else.
Hello?
I have a question about the Mandela effect. Do you know what the Mandela effect is?
Who are you looking for?
I'm looking to get a question answered about the Mandela effect.
You got the wrong guy.
No. Just listen. Do you know the game Monopoly?
Yeah, why?
Okay, so do you know the main character on the Monopoly board? Like
Yeah, why?
the guy with the money bag?
Yeah, why?
Okay, so does he have glasses, a monocle, or no glasses?
A monocle.
Well, he actually doesn't have any glasses. He wears no eyewear. Now that is an example of the Mandela effect.
Bro, what kind of drug are you on?
I'm not on any drugs. Who am I speaking with right now?
Hunter Elliott, why?
Hunter Elliott. Do we know each other?
No, I don't know why you got my number.
Well, I have you in my contacts. I was speaking to somebody else. Was there somebody else on the phone?
No, why?
I feel like there's a lot of hostility right now. I'm just trying to ask about the Mandela effect. I'm going to call don't if they don't answer.
Please leave your message.
Fuck. This is the most loosey-goosey podcast we've ever done. I'm calling don't. I'm calling don't. My phone's about to die.
Call him.
I hope you guys enjoy this. Oh, should we call Brandon and tell him he still owes us $40?
Yeah, we should.
All right. After
Oh.
don't. There's also H don't. Oh, wait. I know what that is.
It's going through.
Hello?
Hello. Do you have any time to speak about the Mandela effect today? People are so fucking rude, dude.
Oh, she's sexy. Oh.
Yo, I could call this one kid I went to school with. I have his stepmom's number.
Bad. Who cares?
I don't know what's going on.
It's like, but she does not answer this.
Yeah, we have to end it. This is bad. It's bad.
The mailbox belongs.
All right, whatever, dude. This is fucked up. They all texted me back and then didn't even fucking call. This is all right. Whatever. This is episode 41 of the Scheuneman Show. I'm sorry for wasting your guys' time. This will be edited, I'm sure. Yeah, maybe next week we'll be able to call some of these strangers. I love you guys.
We call them like every week. And just
Yeah, we should
they
call them
answer.
every week. We need to pick out who we're gonna call every week.
Well, we already know who we should call again.
Who?
Person we just talked to.
Which one?
The mail.
Oh, yeah. Well, he was kind of mean. Now I just feel weird. I have a bunch of random contacts that I just texted.
Go ahead.
Where, I quit, dude. I can't do this podcast anymore.
because he can't get a phone number.
No, it's just like this bit. This bit just like went into the fire. Like it's so bad.
We're just letting it go.
It's so bad.
Why are we doing this to ourselves?
There's gonna be a lot.
It could have ended an hour ago.
Hold on.
We're at
dude.
2 hours, bro.
We're at 2 hours.
In 4 minutes.
Should we just go for like 4 hours?
No.
All right, next week we're gonna have a big episode, guys. The stupidity is out of the way.
He said bye 4 times now.
Next week we're gonna have a big episode. We're really excited about it. There's gonna be like 4 people on this bitch. Stay tuned for that one. Something like this will never happen again. I promise. Make sure you let your loved ones know you love them. Don't call your ex on your podcast. Are you sure there's nobody you want to call?
Bro, yes, I'm sure.
All right, should we call Ronnie?
No.
Well, no. Call Ronnie and we'll get an outro for the.
Oh, it's...
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
We need an outro.
Need what?
An outro.
So Ronnie, we got you on the podcast, and we just need you to end the podcast. So give us an outro.
What's an outro?
Like, all right, here we're signing off at the Scheuneman Show. Y'all have a good one. This has been episode 41. Something, just pull from your heart.
Oh, that's cool.
All right.
You need it now?
Yeah, we need it now. You're on the podcast. What do you want to say to the people? What do you want people to know?
Julie, you want this to happen so
I
bad.
want to know y'all's podcast sucks.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just kidding. I'm just playing.
So we'll address the haters right now. What is it that you think sucks about this podcast so much?
No, I don't think it sucks. I think it's awesome.
That's what I
think
thought, you
guys are
bitch.
doing-
What?
I think what you guys are doing is unbelievable.
Yeah, that's
Because
what I
you guys
thought.
are teaching people about what the kid
Get on your knees.
suck a dick. bitch.
No. Listen. Do you know?
I think what y'all's doing is awesome. I think that you guys have pride. in
Gay
what you're
pride?
doing.
That's all he said.
Motherfucker, please. I said, I think that you'll have pride.
All right. Well, I appreciate you. So, we're ending the episode right now. We need you to say something to the people as an outro.
End of the podcast.
Yeah, or you could
Party on.
you could tell a story too.
Oh yeah, I tell a story about
It
you.
just doesn't register that I have work at 8 in the fucking morning.
Marquise is upset.
About what?
He is just like confused why
You
he
need someone to
can't get a girl.
be on the phone to end the fucking
That's because
podcast.
he's a fucking Fruit Loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
guess
that's
so.
You can learn how to get a
It's
girl.
funny because I could end it right
If
now.
you learn how to- He's not a closer like you are. He's not a closer.
Yeah.
Well, he's not a closer either.
Not a closer.
Ronnie, so I have a perfect thing. We're gonna end the episode, and you just gotta tell the people like one piece of advice on how to get girls.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, I'd tell that.
Yeah, what is it?
Oh shit, you gotta have game, man. You gotta be able to talk. If you sit there and talk to a girl and then you get friend zoned, that's because you're a poser.
So
You
don't.
you can never get friend zoned.
All right.
You gotta be telling these girls the way it is. Like, man, I wanna lick that pussy. You gotta be like for real. You can't sit there and be posing like, oh, I'm your friend and all this. Fuck that.
Fuck that! I'm trying to eat your ass.
You gotta be. That's right.
Yeah.
That's not salad.
Yeah.
You know, all that stuff.
So
you can't get friend zoned. Friend zoned is the worst thing that you could ever happen to you.
you got any good pickup lines?
Oh yeah. What up, girl? That's it. You know, you there. You like, what up, girl? What's your deal?
I like to walk up to a girl in an Applebee's and say, "What up, girl? I'm trying to pay your mortgage."
Oh hell no! I ain't trying to do all that.
Bro, I
No,
thought that was
what
the
up,
move.
girl? No, that's not the move. That's a bad move. That'll get you broke.
Yeah.
You trying to pay a whole mortgage? Nah.
But these girls broke my heart, Ronnie.
I'm sorry about that, but at the end of the day, you can't. That's the reason they broke your heart is because you telling them you're gonna pay their mortgage. Nigga, please.
I just want him. I just want him to I just want him to feel less stressed because I love him so much.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. Fuck these girls.
Exactly. No, you gotta play the game.
Do you wanna come on the podcast?
Yeah, I'll come on the podcast. But
All
y'all
right.
gotta play the game right.
All right,
Y'all
well-
playing it so wrong.
You're gonna come on. You're gonna come on, and you're gonna teach us the game.
That's right.
All
for
right.
Sure.
All right, for sure. All right. Well, I love you, and make sure you think about me tonight. And
I always think about you.
all right.
Get more pussy than Marquise.
I mean, you know. All right. Well,
Marquise is a talker. He talks too much.
Marquise got.
Like, you should not talk to these girls that long without getting some booty.
I think Marquise gets some booty,
No, yeah, dude booty.
but it's still booty.
Yeah, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah.
To each is their own, I guess.
Yeah. Some guys like dude booty. Some guys like girl booty.
Right. For sure. I think he likes dude booty, you know.
Would you
That
ever?
is what it is.
Would you ever eat dog?
Dog?
Yeah, like the dog.
Dude, it all depends.
Like how it's cooked?
No, hell no. On how hungry you are, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You be starving out in Alaska or somewhere like that, you gonna eat everything.
But like, what if you pulled up to a McDonald's drive-thru and they had like, oh, new meal available. It's called the McWolf.
The McWolf? Nah, I'm not eating the McWolf.
All right. Well,
I eat the McBush.
well, some people don't like Bush.
I know, there's a lot of them out there today.
Yeah. Back in your day, they used to have big old bushes, huh?
Not really.
Have you ever seen
A
a
landing strip?
Have you ever seen a lightning bolt bush?
Yeah, I probably have. And then you think of it like the landing strip. That's what was in my day.
The landing strip.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a good note to end the podcast on. Thank you for coming on. We'll have you on in like a week or two.
All right, much love, brothers.
All right, love you too, man. Stay gay.
All right, you too, bro.
It's been episode 41, guys. I'm sorry about all the the miscommunications, the exes not picking up. It just be like that, Sometimes exes don't want to talk to you after they break your heart. But yeah, the Monopoly man does not have glasses. Marquise, anything else you want to say before we head on out? Heartbreak Al said, "Who's this?" and Heidi said, "What's up?"
How long do you
It's
want this
episode
episode? We could do 4
41.
hours if you really
It's
fucking
episode
want.
41. Let's go. Love you guys. Stay safe.